Alright, what's up guys? So here are my predictions for UFC on ESPN 5, Till versus Masvidal. This is coming Saturday, and I think this is an awesome card. Like, these three fights right here could be, pay-per-view worth it right here. And there's a lot of other good ones, but these three right here are pretty awesome. I think these three are the best of the night. And on this one, just like last time, I'll just be doing the entire main card, and I'll start with the main event like I always do. So Darren Till versus Jorge Masvidal. Man, I'm going with Darren Till 100% or like 90-10. There's a lot of factors for this fight. One, so I see this fight going very similar to how Jorge Masvidal versus Stephen Thompson went, where just too much distance, too much size, too much reach advantage for Darren Till over. See, Darren Till is a welterweight that people argue should be a middleweight, and Jorge Masvidal is a lightweight that move out to welterweight. So not only is he bigger, stronger, and more reach, but I actually think Till is a better striker overall. When I've covered him before, I've talked about his crazy fast left hand, and you can really appreciate it on his fight with Cerrone. MMA math doesn't work, but I always use it as a reference. Round one, Masvidal versus Cerrone. Up until the last 10 seconds, I was giving it to Cerrone. Darren Till smashed Cerrone round one, and it was not even close. But yeah, Masvidal finished Cerrone, but that last punch, 8 seconds into the first round, is what really did it for him. But yeah, and the other thing that is that Masvidal doesn't have true one-punch knockout power, so that is something that he doesn't have to make Darren Till worry. Kind of like when you fight, when you fight guys like Tyron Woodley or one of those one-punch knockout artists, you have that on the back of your mind, like, I gotta be careful, this guy can knock me out with one punch. But Jorge Masvidal doesn't have that, so Darren Till doesn't have to be shy about his shots, and Till can kick too. Masvidal has grappling, but not good enough to control Till on the ground. I just don't see that happening. And the few times that Tyron Woodley tried, he couldn't do it. It was a punch that dropped him, not really a takedown. And on top of all that, assuming this goes to a decision, they're in England, so there's just no way that they will give the decision to Masvidal. But even that, I don't think it'll be a decision. I have Till TKO round 2. That's my prediction for that one. Then Leon Edwards versus Gunnar Nelson. So I have Edwards by decision on this one. I think Gunnar Nelson has really good grappling, and that's what he shines. When he takes people down and gets a hold of you, he has a heavy hand. He's not like he has pillow hands. He can definitely land a punch that knocks Edwards out. But I think when I saw Edwards on his, I think it was his last fight versus Cerrone. Yeah, so Cerrone's a good grappler himself, where we've seen him take people down, dominate and submit them. But Edwards was able to stop him. And on the striking department, I think Edwards is superior. And I think, again, talking about game plans, I think we know what Gunnar Nelson wants to do. So I think he'll be well prepared for that. And I think he'll be able to outstrike him, keep the fight standing, and pull a decision. But not super confident on this one, though. I'm like a 60-40 Leon Edwards. Maybe 65-35, but for sure Edwards by decision. And again, England, so if it goes to decision, always get a pull for the guy that's fighting home. Then we got Dominic Reyes versus Volkan Oezdemir. Man, so Dominic Reyes finally won me over with that OSP fight. If you saw my predictions for when he fought OSP, I said that while he had dominated all his opponents, there were a whole bunch of nobodies, just bombs in the light heavyweight division. Like, people at the bottom of the, of that division. And I said that OSP was finally the one guy that was going to be his toughest challenge. And I remember how I talked about how I thought that if they were to clinch, OSP was just going to out-muzzle him with no problem, just completely dominate him. And that was the thing that shocked me the most. Not the fact that Reyes won, but the fact that not even on the clinch did OSP had the advantage over Dominic Reyes. I mean, he was getting lit up by the striking of Reyes, and I thought that the moment they would clinch, OSP would take over, take him down, and submit him with his choke or whatever. But no, I haven't seen any holes on Dominic Reyes, and we haven't even seen his chin tested. So I don't even know that yet. But so far, this guy, and now I'm picking him now. So I finally, I give this guy the respect he deserves. And Volkan Oezdemir. So here's the thing on this one. I'm not saying that Oezdemir cannot win, because he definitely has power, and if he lands clean on anyone's chin, you can for sure say he can knock him out. But he gasses, and I still think Reyes has the better hands. Oezdemir might have more power, more brute, power. And if it was to be like a first round knockout win for Oezdemir, I would not be shocked. I would not be surprised. But I had to pause it. I can't remember what I was saying. But so yeah, Reyes can definitely knock him out round one, and I would not be surprised. I mean, because like I said, we haven't seen Reyes. Oezdemir can knock him out. We haven't seen Reyes' chin. But I think it's going to be round one. Volkan gasses a little bit, eats shots from Reyes, and eventually round two, Reyes just finishes him. And if he was to do that, man, I mean, at this point, you could argue for a title shot, because Oezdemir fought Cormier and then for the title, and then lost to Smith. Or I don't know, make Reyes versus Johnny Walker. But not really, because they might want to have each one of them fight Jones. So those two guys, man, Walker, Reyes, they are the two most recent new faces to face Jones. And I depends how they do, because like I said, Jones did not look like a killer versus Anthony Smith. So we'll see. So Reyes, KO round two. Then on this one real quick, man, I have Nathan Wood back, complete total domination. I think round one, Quinones is just going to survive, whatever Wood brings at him, and he's gonna be beat up by the end of round one, but he'll survive. Round two, it's gonna be just a repetition of round one, and I think Wood's gonna finish him. But I'm gonna go with Wood, KO round two, complete absolute domination. There's nothing special about Quinones, and Nathan's Wood last fight versus Ewell, the guy just dominated him. So Wood, KO round two. Then we have Claudio Silva versus Danny Roberts. So last time Claudio Silva fought was versus Nordin Taleb, and he was coming from a 4-year layoff. I remember that I gave him no chance versus Nordin Taleb. I thought it was going to be round one, brutal knockout. And I gotta say, I was completely wrong on that one. Taleb, you could tell he was the bigger, stronger guy. He didn't really. I mean, Claudio Silva did his thing, and once he got to the ground, there was. Taleb at first showed some sort of resistance. There was nothing he could do about it. Silva submitted him with a rear naked choke. There was a moment where Taleb could have got up, but instead he decided to go for a leg, which I thought it was a huge mistake. But after getting that ring rust shaken and just the level of jiu-jitsu that Silva has, I think. Well, here's the thing about this fight, that I think that the striking, I definitely give it to Danny Roberts for sure. I'm not saying Silva's very everywhere. I think so. it's one of those fights. If Danny Roberts is able to keep this fight standing, you know, he might win and get a knockout, but I just don't think he'll be able to keep Silva off him the entire time. Yeah, he might stop a takedown or two, but I think eventually Claudio Silva takes him down. And that's why I do round 2 again, because probably wears him out all round 1. You know, kind of like when I did for Dariush versus Dober, which I didn't watch it, but whatever. This event I will watch for sure. I think wears him out, eventually gets into the ground round 2 and submits him. And then Marshman versus Phillips. And once again, this one is my underdog for the night, and it's not because I have to have an underdog, but I just happen to have another one again. If you watch their fight, like John Phillips' fight versus Kevin Holland last time, it was the kicks from Kevin Holland that was giving him all the problem. The fast body kicks, you know, and that quick push kick slash kind of like to the chin type of kick. I never see Jack Marshman use kicks, and they both actually kind of have the same style. Very, you know, just stocky, you know, hands up, pressured and swing. But I think that John Phillips is slightly better when it comes to that, and I think that they're gonna slug it out, and Phillips is being at home again. He's gonna have the judges on his side, and overall, I just think he's better. And like I said, if you go watch his fight with Kevin Holland, I mean, other than the kicks, Phillips was doing pretty good, I think, and he actually dropped him a few times with heavy hands. So that's my prediction for this one: Phillips by decision. But it could also be a KO TKO. I mean, I kind of want to switch it right now and say, you know, I'm gonna do that because I mean, Marshman has been finished many times. Marshman has been finished before by KO TKO round 1, so I'm gonna go with that. John Phillips KO TKO round 1. And that's it, guys. I got those 6. We'll see how we do. Have a good one.